in. We're on a tight schedule tonight with lots of presentations happening. So this one's going to be fast and furious. I can promise you that. So welcome everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia. I'm coming to you live from Jacksonville, Florida, where it's storming right now, to present some information for you that could be life-changing for you and your family. It might not affect you at all, but it might be exactly what you've been praying for. So I was first introduced to this back in 2008. At the time I was practicing medicine full-time as a physician assistant. I was working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. basically. I had somebody raising my kids. They were 9 months old and 3 years old. My boys were at the time, and they called her mom, which was driving me crazy. And my husband is a contractor. And so he had just transitioned from a full-time job to starting his own construction company. So 2008 was a really difficult year. We were really, really busy and had no free time. And my brothers called me and said, "Hey, we've got this business we want you to take a look at." And I immediately said no, because I didn't have time to take a shower. I wasn't interested in a business. But they said, "We know you're really into nutrition." And what's interesting is my nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism that summer. And he was the same age as my son, 3 years old. He was totally nonverbal. We were told he would never speak and that he would never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. And I had begun to do a tremendous amount of research. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences as a PA. So I started researching and had learned that nutrition is really, really important. And so when my brothers called me and said, "Hey, will you take a look at this? We know you're into nutrition." I was like, "Fine, I'll look at it. I'll do you a favor." And I was blown away with what they were talking about. And, when you know truth, you recognize it right away. And I recognized the truth to what they were saying. We are toxic. We are consuming pesticides and fungicides and hormones and plastics, and it's backing up our organs, and we've got to get it out, and we've got to pour plant-based nutrition in so our bodies can work the way God made them to work. I knew all this to be true. That's why I had the organic garden, and I was juicing, and my vegetables were going bad because I had no time to juice. And so I started comparing what they offered to what I had at home already, and I was blown away. What they had was better. And then I heard they used it in clinical practice for 30 years with patients. Now, I'd been seeing patients as a PA for 10 years at that point. I was really good at what I did. There was a waiting list to get in to see me. They had a 3-year waiting list to get in and to get on this system. And so I said, "I can't out-research that. Give it to me. Give me everything they've got. I want it all." And so that's how we got started in this way back in 2008, which was 15 years ago. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit about what happened once we got started on those products and why we are here today. And so I will tell you, when my brothers called me and I was really healthy, Rachel, and into nutrition, I looked like this, and I could not get the weight off after my second child. I was having severe sleep issues. My son, 3-year-old there in the stroller, was constipated. I mean, badly. He'd poop once a week and he would bleed and he would cry. And that's not normal, by the way, but I couldn't fix it no matter what I did. And the doctor told me to put him on Miralax. Miralax is antifreeze in a bottle. Don't put anyone you love on Miralax. And if you're on it, get off of it immediately. And so when I called my brothers and I said, "Yeah, this is really good. Give me all of it." We got all of it. We got enough for the whole family. It's called the family package. Very short period of time later, 3 months later, I had lost 32 pounds. And all my patients are like, "What is going on?" My son started pooping smoothly, easily, like a Wendy's Frosty within days. My sleep issues resolved that first week. It was amazing. My husband had tremendous changes as well. Obviously physical changes, but mentally he struggled with severe anger issues, severe depression issues, and those were all gone in 6 weeks. We went on a trip without our products, and it was a total mess. I mean, my husband is screaming in the car, crying in the car, my kids, nobody's pooping, nobody's sleeping. We go nowhere without this stuff. And so that is how this started for us. 3 months in, my nephew started speaking. This is my nephew, Bo. He just graduated from the high school I graduated from this past May. And so I will tell you, this little boy's transformation from being nonverbal and screaming all day to speaking is what caused me to take a deeper look at what is this and why is it working this way. We began sharing it because I felt an ethical obligation to do that, and checks started to come in. Now, I kind of didn't really think very much about the checks because they were very small at first. And I was just making one phone call a day, inviting people to take a look. And then they began to grow. And they began to grow much faster than my skincare retail store was growing. And I spent $50,000 on that. And so I'm going to introduce you tonight to a way to either make additional checks, weekly checks into your household, or to get help. People are usually interested in one or the other, okay? But I do want you to think about, if someone had introduced you to Amazon in the year 2000 and said, there's this company that's going to be huge in the future, and we're looking for people to get the word of mouth out. And basically it's a membership club, and anybody that you share this information with and they choose to get in the membership club called Amazon, we're going to give you somewhere between 20 to 50% of everything they purchase for the rest of their lives. And if you tell your brother and your brother tells somebody, because you told your brother and he told somebody, you're going to get a percentage of everything those people purchase as well. Would you have seen it? I don't know if I would have seen it, but now we don't do Black Friday shopping anymore. We buy it all online. That's what this is like. How is it different? Oh, it's so different from anything else out there, guys. People will say all the time, it's like that oil company my sister does. No, it's nothing like that. It's totally different. Why? What we have is for everyone. It's for every man, woman, and child, everybody with a body, 100% of the demographic. You're going to get started in a business. I don't care what kind of a business it is. Your goal is to create an additional check. You want to make sure that whatever service you have, whatever product you're selling, you have a massive customer base. This is for 100% of the demographic. It's a consumable product. Again, if you're going to get involved in a business and you're going to sell something or a service, you need to make sure it's a repeatedly needed service, a repeatedly needed product. Ours are consumable. In 30 days, people run out, they want more. In fact, when people start with our starter package, which I don't let anybody enrolling with me start with less than the starter package, they have such phenomenal results that 93 out of 100 unsolicited choose to repurchase on their own, going forward 2 to 3 products. That is an amazing return rate. And that's what really makes us different, is we stand out from the rest because you can tell when you take it and you can tell when you don't. If you're taking supplements and you can't tell when you take it and you don't take it to Disney World with you on your vacation, because who cares? Yeah, you should switch. You should seriously consider switching. What really makes us stand out from anything else out there, just so you know, out of all the small businesses that start every single day in America, only 2% of them are still in existence 5 years later. Okay. So be very careful and cautious about partnering up with a company that's brand new, ground floor opportunity, 2 years in, 3 years in, because they have a 2% chance of making it, guys. Are you going to put your precious time that you have so little of and lock it up with something that has such a small percentage of making it? We're a 15-year-old company. We're way past that time frame. We're totally debt-free. Every month we're profitable over and over and higher, and we're exploding right now. Find a company that is debt-free, is over 10 years old, and has less than 100,000 Americans in the country who know about it. It's almost impossible to find. You found it. Okay? It's a big deal. There are multi-millionaires and billionaires who've gone on record saying this business model is the best one for anybody to get started in to create an additional weekly check. Why? Low investment, low overhead, almost no time that has to be put into it. You have to put some time into it, okay? Like I recommend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. But where else can you create a weekly check? And I'm going to go on and say, where else can you create an income that pays you more than most doctors and lawyers make without even a college education, just putting in 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week? Now, will everybody do that? No. Most people won't put in 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. It's why the majority of Americans are overweight. They're not willing to put the time in at the gym. I'm going to show you how you can do this from your phone and from your home. I started the skincare retail store and the construction company in 2008 because I had money. I had no time. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and realized I needed to make a massive change if I ever wanted time freedom. And I said, honey, we got to jump. We got to try something. And I tell people now, like we started 3 businesses in 2008. One of them took off. And actually this business that I'm telling you about, I didn't think it was a business because the investment was so low. And basically we're just buying food and we were eating it. The investment was lower than the overhead for my skincare store on a monthly basis. So you can imagine my surprise in 2010 when I open up, read this book, The Business of the 21st Century, so curious to see what he's going to say. This business model that I'd stumbled into in 2008. Oh, and then I was really focused on, I'm going to make this sucker work since I'm already in. And I knew it was good. I just didn't know what I was doing. I teach you how to leverage your time so you're making money while you sleep, while you're at your full-time job. I was intrigued by how it started. I mean, 30 years in a clinical practice, they decided to start this company and only spread it by word of mouth. Instead of hiring a marketing firm, they chose to pay the people who are recommending that we come back and purchase from the company. Word of mouth advertising, I think, is the smartest way to spread news. After 15 years of being involved with this company in preaching truth and 20 years of writing prescriptions and working in the medical field, I've learned this. I think the majority of the health issues we face, I don't care which ones you're talking about, ADHD, autism, dementia, Parkinson's, heart disease. That means high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes type 2. All of those things, in my opinion, are the result of these 3 things. We're toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. We're putting food in Tupperware containers and sticking it in a microwave. Our cancer rates are shooting up while guys are spraying our food with who knows what while they're wearing gas masks. Okay. We're very toxic. We're literally being poisoned every day. We're out of balance. We don't eat enough. We don't exercise enough. We stare at our phones way too much. And I like to talk about the acidic alkaline balance that none of us are in unless you're consuming these products. You need to be consuming more plants than you are meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread. Studies have shown it for over a decade now that if you consume more meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread than you do plants, you're in an acidic state. Now your body's amazing. It's going to get to the pH it needs to get to. It's going to break down the alkalinity out of your bones while it's trying to get there. Okay. So are you putting more plants in your body than you are those other things? I'm going to show you how to do it in less than 30 seconds in the morning. No, we're undernourished. Most people aren't putting enough plants in. And the studies are showing it. This is a journal of nutrition. Whatever's in your genetic pipeline, guys, it's coming down the pipeline to hit you faster than it hits your parents. So Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, heart disease, and it's hitting our kids even faster. It doesn't have to be this way, though. You just have to get a handle on it before it gets out of control. And lots of us are trying to get a handle on it, right? We became internet warriors during the pandemic. We all go to the health food store and ask the guy behind the counter who makes minimum wage what we should do so that our immune system is stronger, or our allergy medications don't seem to be working anymore, or I was just diagnosed with high blood pressure and I don't want to take that medication. What do you recommend that I make, Mr. Minimum Wage? Or you're doing this. And you do know that when you search for natural allergy alternatives, whatever pops up to the top, they just paid a marketing firm a lot of money to get that to pop to the top. Doesn't necessarily mean it works the best. They just paid for their advertising. You're here because I told someone who told someone who told someone who told you, and they know they have a story. You should ask them what their story is. See, some people think they can eat their way out of the problem that we're in. No, but for over a decade, we've known. I mean, in 2010, you had to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach. Who can afford that? 99 ears of corn and 2 cups of wheat to get the same nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. We are in a serious state and we need to be supplementing. The answer is cleanse your body of the toxins, balance out your pH by pouring plant-based nutrition in, and build up your trillions of cells with whole raw food nutrition. We have to cleanse the 7 channels we eliminate through your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. Have a job to cleanse the junk out. Just like we take our cars in for an oil change, and every 200,000 miles or 10,000 miles, the lights are going off. Why? Because the car manufacturer knows your car is not going to make it 200,000 miles if you don't take it in for a cleaning, for a servicing. Okay. I just took my car in. It was $6,000. I needed new brakes, new tires. And then of course they had to do the servicing as well. When was the last time you serviced your body? I mean, I'm not talking about, I went to the doctor last week because I had some wrist pain. And what they do, they drew some blood, did some x-rays, gave you some prescriptions. That's not a servicing, guys. We have to cleanse the toxins out for the plant-based nutrition in. We have a wellness advisory panel made up of medical doctors who people see for their servicings, who are recommending these products over prescription to their patients. They're also on our wellness advisory panel. Most of them, a large majority, well, I should say all of these guys, if you go see them as a patient, are recommending these products. You will see them in their offices, in addition to many others. And many of our products are in the physician's desk reference as well. Now, you can learn a lot more about these products. I'm going to show you where, because I know I'm talking fast, but I want you to know they have over 50 different products. They have a sports line that's amazing. They have a metabolic reset program for weight loss in 6 weeks. I'm going to talk about the starter package because we Americans, we want results fast. We want it easy. Can't you just give me a gummy vitamin that'll work and solve all my problems? No, it doesn't work that way. You've got to do and fix all of the different organs in your body that you've been destroying for decades, okay? So these 7 products, when used consistently for 30 days, this is what we see over and over and over again. People have better sleep, totally happened for me. More energy, totally happened for me. Less pain. I wasn't struggling with pain in my 30s, but now I can tell if I don't take my sulfur every morning. Better bowel habits, whether you go too much or you go too little, or you have IBS or leaky gut or constipation or Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, you will likely see massive improvement in the bowel habits. Better mood, although you don't notice it, everyone around you does. I can speak for my husband's mood, massive change, which totally changed the whole atmosphere in our house. My boys are now 15 and 18. They've never seen my husband the way I lived with him the first 10 years of our marriage. And that's changed how they think about their dad for the rest of their lives. Weight loss. I lost 3 pounds my first month, and then the rest of it fell off 28, 29 pounds the next 2 months. It was crazy. So it's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Now, I love these things that happen in 30 days because they're very noticeable. Like I often tell people, journal. What are all your problems? Write them all down now so that in 30 days you can look back on this and go, okay, there is a change. What'll happen is some of these products that you see on the screen will last you more than a month. You'll start to slowly run out of things, and you'll be able to tell when you ran out of the ones that are having a serious impact on you. If you're over 40, you're on prescriptions, you're toxic. If you're over 40, we've just done 4 decades of damage to our body. You need to look at the Core Complete. That's the second starter package I recommend. It's got these whole superfruits that come from multiple different regions around the world. They're 100% wildly harvested. They've been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown, like the Himalayan mountains, Brazil, Polynesian islands, for things like libido, eczema, allergies, asthma, arthritis, parasites in the gut, all reflux issues, like heartburn, all bowel issues. So if you're struggling, again, if you're self-medicating, if you're taking over the counter, you got your Advil PM that you take every night, you got your Tums that you're popping, look seriously at the Core Complete. And you guys, I show this video because my boys have been taking it since they were toddlers. We either do smoothies or shots every single morning, 30 seconds in the morning, to get more nutrition than the average American gets in a week. That's what's been happening in our house since they were young. They are now asked everywhere they go, oh my gosh, what did you do to go from skinny little guys to they are now these big muscle builders, muscle guys, and everyone asks them, what are they doing? And so they're constantly recommending our Core Plus and our Sports Line to the people that are in their lives. Okay, so if you want your children to follow in your footsteps, you've got to start by getting your own body on track. Okay, but if you have teenage boys in the house that are looking to get more muscular, you stumbled onto the right thing, friend. These are the recipe for the smoothie. We have educational videos walking you through how to take it. And you can go to purelifechangers.com to learn all the information you need, plus hear from those doctors that I was talking about, educating on the products, and hear a lot of real life testimonies. I love our metabolic reset. It's a 6-week program that incorporates all of those products I just walked you through, plus some fat burners and metabolism boosters. It's a 6-week program. If you know you eat too much, you know you drink too much, you're ready to get on track, look seriously at the metabolic reset. It's for 2 people to do the 6-week program. I would be remiss if I did not mention our amazing skincare line. I used to sell the most expensive skincare in the world in my skincare store. And earlier this year, we dropped this Korean skincare line that is known for giving glass skin. If you know anything about skin and care and beauty, that's a big deal. It's all natural. So Pure is known for high concentrated, high quality ingredients. People always go, oh, do you have any soy in your stuff? No, there's no soy and there's no sugar in our products. We have the best of the best, no toxins, EWG rated ingredients in these products. And what I really love, because again, I used and sold the most expensive skincare products you can buy. You don't typically see results in skincare in 30 days. That's weird. Now you get Botox or fillers, you will see it. 95% of people say they see it in 15 days. We have social media influencers that I work with who literally sell millions of dollars worth of makeup every year, who partnered with us because our skincare is affordable and you can see results. This is one of them. Look at the brown spots that are gone, the fine lines that are gone, the pore size being smaller in less than 6 weeks. This is amazing. Okay, so if you're looking for skincare, you stumbled on the right place. Some of you are watching on this website, Changing Lives with Pure. You can use the little magnifying glass to type in migraines, ADHD, cholesterol, whatever you're struggling with. If you're not on this page, ask whoever invited you to add you to this page. And as long as they came in from somebody that I know, our administrators will let you in and you'll be able to browse through and see real life testimonies. Now, I got into this because I wanted to help people. I got into medical school, into PA school, and then went on to help others become a PA. 8.5 years of my life, guys, $100,000 on education. I have a son who's going to Clemson University next year, and I'm thinking about all these decisions I made when I was 18, 19, 20. I went to school because I wanted to have a steady income where I wouldn't have to worry about money. I grew up in a family with no money, and I wanted to be sure that I would always be fine. And I also wanted to do something I loved, which was help people. But medicine's changed. And if you've been in it in the last 20 years, it began to feel like a factory for me, like a money-making factory where I'm writing 200 prescriptions a day and I wasn't really helping people. So I was really excited about this and helping people naturally, but every day I'd sit with somebody with tears rolling down their face. This is so amazing. I've been praying for something like this, but I can't afford $289. That's how much the Core Plus is. That 30-day servicing is $289, and they can't afford it. And I began to realize that more people struggle with their finances than are struggling with their health. And I'm going to tell you, we made 6 figures our first year in this business. I surpassed what we made with our skincare store and our construction company in this business the first 12 months. And all I did was spend about an hour a day, maybe. I made a phone call on the way to work and a phone call on the way home, building this business. I am locked in to help people earn money. Now, I've helped thousands of people earn weekly checks. That's not difficult to do. I'm looking for 100 people who want to make 10,000 a week. Maybe you're on here, maybe you're not. Why am I looking for this? Because those 100 people will partner with me to go out and change the lives of millions of people. People are not meant to be broke. They're not meant to be sick. They're not meant to be unhealthy. And we can solve that problem together. So I'm looking for an army of people that are going to help me get there. I don't know if it's you. This might not be for you at all, but if you're going to partner in any kind of a business, I hope that you look at what the future looks like for that business. E-commerce is the future. Everybody's buying online. We've all seen our stores shut down. And anybody with a body sooner or later recognizes I need something for my health. I need to take care of my health. Maybe you're looking for health for your parents, for your dog, for your kids, for your sister who was just diagnosed with diabetes. And you're looking and you're worried about your own health. Everyone goes looking at some point or another. And if you're somebody that they trust, or you plug them into somebody that they will listen to, you're about to change their lives. So you guys can get started with the products by just going to livepure.com, throw what you want into the shopping cart. I love the family pack. It's what I started with. If you have more than 2 people in your household to service, get the family pack. The best bang for your buck. It's also the best business package to start with. The Reset Plus is for 2 people to do 6 weeks, or you can throw the Core Plus or Core Complete in your pack. When you go to checkout, it'll ask, do you want to be a preferred customer? Yes, please. 25% off? Yes, please. But you also will get to get on the Smart Ship program, which I highly recommend because that makes our products much more affordable than our competition. And again, there's a 93% chance that you're going to repurchase. So you might as well go ahead and set up for the Smart Ship right now. You can easily cancel it. They send you an email 3 days before it goes out. If you want to cancel it, delete. If you want to edit it, log in and edit it. You can change it to anything you want any month. But if you're listening to this tonight, you're thinking, I only have one stream of income. Or I can't afford $289, or I'm thinking of people right now that need to hear this. Or I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of the $15,000 of credit card debt that I'm in without slaving away the rest of my life and being as frugal as I possibly can. You should look at being a brand partner. It's $49 to get your business started here today. And that is waived if you come in with one of our business packs. Kristen and Skip jump on board with us in the summer of 2018. She had spent over 150 nights of the year out of the house, missing the lives of her elementary and middle school girls while they were growing up. Skip was essentially raising them, and she walked away from it in 2018 and said, I don't know what I'm going to do for money, but I'm not going to miss out on my girls' high school years. And she was invited to take a look at a presentation just like this that I was running. Skip watched it as well, and Skip said, we're in. And this is why he said we're in. He did business with Phil Knight, who is one of our investors, the founder of the largest shoe company in the world. He did business with Phil decades ago. And he said, that man knows what he's doing. If he's partnered with this company, we're in. They partnered with us. Kristen replaced her full-time income, working part-time, she always says, from her phone by her pool. She made $30,000 in the first 9 weeks. This was one of the people that she helped. Her friend Cozy, whose husband had just died of cancer, was raising 4 kids by herself. Cozy made $32,000 in 12 weeks. Do you think that was life-changing for this Pilates instructor? Yes, it was. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week from your phone. You all can do that. Do you want to do it? I don't know. Will you follow the instructions? I don't know, but it can be done. David and Lindley Paskey sat down, called 50 people on a Sunday from 4 to 7, inviting them to a presentation at 8 o'clock, like this one. They had 20 people watch that presentation. 13 enrolled, 10 with products, 3 to get started in the business. And 6 months later, they made $102,000 from that afternoon of phone calls. We tell you what to say. We tell you what to invite them to. Lindley did not know anything about the products or anything about the business. We plug you into leaders who help you build this. Josh and Ashley were $30,000 in debt. With trembling, he told me the other day, he turned his card over and paid his mortgage payment, used it to pay this. and they made $30,000 in the next 5 weeks, then went on to use the additional pure money to buy real estate properties. Now he's a real estate investor. He now has 12. I called him today. He's like, I'm driving around picking up checks from my people. He had 12 properties that he gets passive income from every month, plus his weekly pure checks. How do you do this? Well, we have two different ways that you get paid. One is just customers. There's people who come on and say, I don't want to build the business. I don't want to talk about the business, but I definitely know people who would want this. You have 20 customers who purchase just 3 products a month. You'll make $1,000 a month, guys. That's amazing. Usually the customers, though, start to love it and they end up telling people and they become brand partners. And so when that happens, you begin to build these teams of brand partners. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can find just 2 people who want to share it with you and plug them into me and our leaders and our trainings and all that we do while you're working your full-time job. We will train them and they will begin to tell people, and your teams will begin to grow and checks will begin to come in. I show this picture for 2 reasons. 1, I want to hit the elephant in the room. And 2, I want you to understand the timing. Here's the elephant. Looks like a pyramid. Okay. What does that mean? You know, one of those illegal pyramid schemes. You mean like the one Bernie Madoff's in prison for? Those are illegal. They don't last more than 12 months. Why would one of the wealthiest men in the world, Phil Knight, be involved with something illegal? And how did we make it 15 years? Pyramid schemes are when you give somebody money and you get nothing in return except for a promise for money. No, I'm not promising you money. I'm going to tell you right now, you got to work. You've got to share this and you've got to have customers. You're basically marketing a product for the company. Instead of them paying a marketing firm, they're paying us to market the information. And this is how we get paid. We get paid somewhere between 20 to 50% off of the purchases that come in as a result of us. What I also want you to understand is they go, no. I mean, like the person at the top makes all the money. Like you, Rachel, you make all the money. Oh, you mean like your job? You mean like my old job where the doctor made the money and then the CFO and then the other doctors and then the PAs and then the nurses and then the secretaries and the secretaries. Oh, they could never make as much as the doctor. You're the secretary, right? You mean like that? That's the opposite of that. I make more money than the people who told me and the people who told them and the people who told them. Why? Because I made 1 phone call a day. And when people said, oh, that's a scam. Oh, you're silly. Oh, you shouldn't get involved in that. I said, my nephew, Bo, was not speaking. We introduced Pure. He started speaking. I don't care what kind of a scam you say it is. That's pretty amazing. And I'm going to tell anybody that will listen to me. And we've gone on to see that happen with not just autism, but with almost every disease or condition that we have seen. Doesn't happen for everyone. Not everyone makes money. I don't know how hard you're going to work. I don't know who you know. I don't know how coachable you are. I don't know if you're going to spend 30 minutes a day on this 5 days a week. You're going to spend 30 minutes for 3 days and then for 3 weeks and then complain that you haven't made any money. I don't know what you're going to do. I want you to see the timing. You see Kara and Jen in this picture? Because they were the first 2 people to join me, whatever I put in after them. If I enroll 10 people, they're all going to go either under Kara or under Jen. Probably 5 will go under Kara, 5 will go under Jen. Anything those people ever order, anybody they ever tell, the commissions from that goes into a savings account for Kara and Jen that they can cash in on later if they choose to begin to build it and share it. So timing matters. If you're listening to this tonight and you're ready to get started, text the person who invited you and say, I'm in, so you can get the top spots. So you're not Jason down here who's benefiting Jen. You're Jen who's benefiting from Jason's orders. There's no cap to what you can make. I was with my friend the other couple months ago in Cabo, and she sells makeup online. And she said, I don't know where else. I don't know where else you can make. She didn't graduate from college. The kind of money I make, kind of money people in this field, in this industry make. We're talking 6 figures a month. Okay. Where else can you make that and not go to medical school or be a lawyer legally? Like, where else can you do it? This is real, guys. I go online looking for side gigs and side hustles. There's all these digital marketing courses that are being run by 20-year-olds. We have something amazing. $49 to enroll, get your business started. If you get a business package, that $49 is waived. Your monthly overhead is 3 products a month. If you can't afford those and Aunt Betty is your customer, it waives, she covers your monthly overhead for you. Go place your first order. I love the family package. It's $4,000 worth of products for $2,500. Best bang for your buck. Okay, I got started with the family pack because I wanted to service my whole family and it was the best deal. You should look at the family package if you're looking at the business because it gives you access to our VIP site, weekly question and answer calls for the VIPs, regular leadership retreats for the VIPs, plus you get extra extra bonuses from the company through the summer of 2023 if you join. It's a fabulous way to get started. You can start wherever you want though. You can do the Core Plus, $289 for that 30-day servicing, pay the $49 fee. but you won't get that mentorship and coaching. You will get plugged into our system that we've developed that works really well. And if you bring 4 people in with the same pack that you came in with, oh, you're in the positive. And now it's just positive cash flow, guys. Livepeer.com. Throw what you want into the shopping cart and go check out. I'll lastly say, if you like trips, guys, we're really good at helping people earn free trips. There's over 50 people that we helped earn the trip to the Amalfi Coast last year. We are going to Greece this September. These are all the people that we have helped. My team and I have helped earn this trip to Greece in September. The next trip is going to Switzerland. And it was just released this past week. And if you're watching this, oh, you should definitely be going with us because we're really good at helping people earn trips and checks. You just follow exactly what we tell you to do. You don't tell anybody about it yet. You get started. Then we send you a welcome text and you get started with your training. PureLifeChangers.com. If you don't change, nothing will change. I typically stay on for a question and answer, but our team called us tonight because we had to move it from last night. So I will be live. Actually, we have a men's panel that's going to be doing this presentation tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, same place, same time. If you have a question, email me, Rachel, Rachel, at purelifechangers.com. And you can also get back to the person who invited you. Please don't go into the witness protection program. Let them know what you're thinking. If it's not for you, it's fine. Thanks so much for joining, guys.